What's going on, guys? I just want to talk about the topic of preferences. Now, everybody has their preferences. Every human being has their own, I wouldn't say prejudice, but everybody has their own biases. Everybody discriminates one way or the other. Every human being has their likes and dislikes, which is natural. Every human being doesn't like the same thing, so that should be expected. But we live in a society where they think that an individual person who has a preference or any particular preference, especially a preference that's not politically correct, they associate that as a negative. Especially when it comes down to preferences dealing with the person dates, who they have relations with, who they marry, who they decide to have children with, etc. Now you gotta understand this. When it comes down to sexual attraction, it's biological. Biologically, a strong, healthy, heterosexual man wants a young, fertile woman. On the other end, a healthy woman would want a man who's strong, who has resources and is able to take care of himself and her potential family. That's just common sense. But we live in an age where like that kind of preference, which is natural, which has worked for tens of thousands of years in human history, they associate that basic framework as something that should be frowned upon, something that's negative, or something that's old fashioned, and in some cases, something that's oppressive. You gotta understand that people who see things like that, who say things like that, especially on the left hand side of the political spectrum, reason why they say that is because they are socially inept. They're socially awkward, and plus they don't really put any effort in trying to improve themselves physically, financially, mentally, or whatever. You know, because they have this what I call a Care Bears philosophy, where they think that everything's equal, everything's on an equal playing field, that even if you're an exceptional person who's talented, strong, whatever, you should be pulled down to their level so that they can compete. And that's one of the reasons why there's a war on personal preferences, especially preferences that are considered natural biologically, you know. So so when people come up to you talk about, oh, that's you're being chauvinist, oh, that's vain, that's materialistic, you should love a person for what's on the inside, screw what you're physically attracted to, you should just be attracted to me because realize that's a rhetoric used by people who cannot compete. That's cliches and rhetoric and sayings by people who are socially inept, and also by people who refuse to improve themselves to be aesthetically pleasing to the opposite sex. You know, so I just want to put that out there. And if you have any comments, want to add to that, put in the comments below. I'd love to hear your input on this topic. And that's all I got to say. Make sure you like and subscribe. And peace.